Networking and Marketing Made Simple is for you, the business owner who has a product, a service, or a message that you believe in. My name is Scott Aaron, and each week we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into the real-world marketing and networking tactics and strategies for getting what you have in front of you to a lot more people. Thanks for spending time with me, and now let's get started. Hey there, and welcome back to another dual episode of Networking and Marketing Made Simple and the Entrepreneur Rescue Mission. I am your co-host, Scott Aaron, along with my beautiful wife, Nancy Aaron.
Hello.
And we did part one earlier, and we broke down, obviously, there's 6 phases to really getting the foundations of your business organized and in place, and obviously your business hub, operations and sales. We're going over part 2 today. Now, here's the thing. We talked about this in part 1, but the doors are officially open to Expert Foundations. They opened yesterday, if you're actually listening to this and watching this in real time. And they are only open until this Sunday, which is the 12th of November. So if you want to get not only the foundations of your business in place, but prepared to grow, scale, and take things to the next level, click on the link, sign up. There's a paid in full discount. There's a monthly financing option to make it very affordable for everyone. And we would love to see you in there. So again, if interested in our Expert Foundations course, just go to the description of this episode, click on the link, and we'll see you on the inside. So let's talk about the part 2, the 3, 4, 5, and 6 of what needs to be done. And again, these are things that really also need to be put into place. And first being marketing. Now, we probably could do an entire episode just on this, because if you are not marketing what it is that you do, what it is that you offer, how you help people, what results they can get, what's in it for them, no one is going to buy what you have. And there are so many different ways to market yourself. Obviously, there's a website, but we're going to make it very simple. And this comes down to social media. Social media is free, number 1. And number 2, it's the most widely used marketing distribution model out there right now. It doesn't get any easier than clicking a post button on one of the platforms of your choice. Something that we went over in part 1 of this 2-part series. When I was talking about sales with you guys, I was talking about the fact that you do need to choose one leading social media platform where you can generate your leads. But in the same respect to generating leads, you need to pick a social media platform to lead with, but also be omnipresent across all social media so you can market yourself, what it is that you do, and what you provide. So Nancy, how important is marketing, especially on social media, for people that are not only building the foundations of their business, but looking to grow and scale their business?
Huge. I think it's really important. And, just a reminder for everyone, I talk about it all the time, but, it's free for us to post on social media. And as much as, many of you have a love-hate relationship with it, I hear all the time on the other side, a lot of people saying, I hate social media, or I hate that I have to do this. But really, I want you guys to shift your mindset, right? It is a needed thing. Okay. And especially with, whether you're a personal brand, someone who has a consulting or a coaching business, or you're someone who obviously works one-on-one with other clients, you got to build that know, like, and trust with people. And what are people doing nowadays? They're going and they're searching, right? People on social media, they're Googling people, they're checking them out prior to hiring them or working with them. So if you have zero presence across the board on social media, that's going to look a little weird now. Okay. People are going to go, I wonder why, or this company or this person might not be that big of a deal or what's going on, right? So we want to start, right, having that foundation and really building that out. So whether you have already started and maybe you are inconsistent, again, in this program, I've broken down, okay, I've got Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? Some of the top big social media platforms, how to get started on each of them and to make sure that you are the same right across the board, making sure that people aren't burning calories trying to figure out what you do, right? So I've provided, right, kind of a little workflow of how to set those up. And then also plugging in a system, okay? We're not talking just like a one-time thing that you have to do. It's plugging a reoccurring system into your business so that you're actually creating content for those social media platforms and for your audience on a reoccurring basis, okay? And we want to make it fun. We don't want to make it like this thing where you're like, I got to do this again. I got to do that again. No, I want to give you actually a system where, everything makes sense and you're creating content that is really giving value to your audience. It's stuff that they care about, that they're engaging with. And again, it's all basic. It's not rocket science, but I think many people, especially business owners and entrepreneurs, we keep kind of flying by the seat of our pants. We're very creative individuals, but this program is going to give you a system that you can plug into your business. So yes, we talk about social media marketing, but we of course dig into the basic strategy to create content consistently so that you are putting yourself out there.
So again, we can talk a lot about that, and obviously we're going to do future episodes on marketing, but we're going to get to the fifth of sixth, and I would say this one is probably the unsexiest and the one that people kind of.
I think it's pretty darn good. I love it.
No, I mean, I love it too because I love numbers. But when we talk about getting your business organized and building out the foundations, number 5 are the financial aspects of your business. And no one people shy away from that. But this is your bookkeeping and your taxes, because there are so many horror stories. And Nancy and I, it happened to us. I think it was 4 years ago. It was the first year that our business did a big jump monetarily. And when we submitted, we submitted our quarterly tax payments and this, that, or the other. I remember I was at the baseball field, getting ready to coach Taylor. He was probably like 7 or 8. My accountant had a very alarming message for me, and I called Nancy and I'm like, man, we owe like a lot more money. Now, what I will say is, and Nancy will tell you this, something about me is I am a big saver. I am a big planner. I always like to have things set aside just in case or for emergency purpose. But I remember an old friend of mine, also an entrepreneur, a similar thing happened to them, but they weren't prepared for it. And they got hit with like a $90,000 tax bill.
Well,
And
yeah,
they were not ready for that.
Yeah, well, I'll just chime in here and, I'm actually probably going to do a separate episode on this as well. But, I, in my early stages, and this is before I even met Scott, no one tells you, right, about some of these really big things, whenever it comes to being self-employed, right? What the taxes look like, what health insurance looks like, all those little things. And I had borrowed money against my 401k in order to actually start up my first business. And I was hit with a huge tax bill. And honestly, that was so incredibly stressful for me. Fast forward years later, it's been paid off. It's all good. But looking back, I wish that I knew more about setting aside money for taxes, what that even looked like. And I wish that I was better prepared for that whenever I made some of the decisions that I did, right? I would have had that money, already taken out and the taxes already, dealt with, but I just didn't know. And so again, partly, because of that, we included a lot of things in this training. And, I say I get excited about it because this used to be something, okay, to Scott's point, right? It's not very sexy talking about bookkeeping and, all these things. But for me, I feel like a lot of people have what we call the ostrich effect. They don't want to look at their bills. They want to put their head in the sand whenever it comes to money and figuring out, their budget and how much they're spending on, we got to look at it, guys. And it's probably one of the most important things that you're doing in your business. You know, are you profitable? You know, are you making sure to keep everything, in a central location so that you are able to deduct, all the different expenses that you're making on your business. And guess what? This course that we've created is a business expense, right? It is a training that can help you really improve your business. So I want to just really highlight that we cover the basics. We talk a little bit about registering your business, what that looks like, obviously in the US, structuring your business. We have a conversation about that. I take you through a little story to help kind of explain things a little bit more. When should you do that? When is time to make that move? Setting up a business bank account, right? Because you want to keep your business separate from personal. And then, of course, we touch on, business insurance. So again, this month and this main focus of this training doesn't sound really exciting, but it is necessary. And of course, we also touch on budgeting and a different, couple different tools that we love as well when it comes to financials.
Yeah, we just want to save you the headache of having to spend all that extra money, having your accountant do all the extra work that they need to do, it's not only time saving, it's going to save you money. And that's why also we created Expert Foundations, because um I mean, I can tell you, but Nancy has spoken to so many people about our program that have all backed her and said so many people need this because they're patchwork quilting it. We wanted to give more than anybody else out there in the space that is helping people get their business organized. Like, we have literally everything covered, plug and play. Now, the sixth and final area of the foundations of your business is also very important. And again, this is a flow that we take everybody through. So if we go back to the first one, which is building out your business hub, that's creating the foundations, and then getting into the operations of things, of your offer, your products, your client experience, then talking about your sales process, and then talking about your marketing, your financials. But we're going to talk about operations again. And this is more about something called your SOPs. And for those that don't know what that is, that stands for Standard Operating Procedures, which this doesn't put a bow on everything. It's not like once you get to your SOPs, you can just kick back, drink margaritas, and the money's going to be flowing in. But you are set up for success in the fact that from the top to the bottom, left and right, up and down, your business is ready for success because you have all the pieces in place. So Nance, why don't we dive into the importance of all the other stuff that we just covered, but when we get to SOPs, why is it important not only to finish with that, with the foundations, but the importance of having them in place?
Yeah, no, I mean, to me, it is one of the biggest, most important things. I want to build a business on purpose. I don't want to build a business where I constantly feel stressed out, right? I know Scott and I talk about this occasionally, but we really love what we call the feel good business model, AKA the small and mighty business, where let's build this thing out like it's going to be a big, huge business, right? Every single business is the same, right? We've got the core functions of every business, which is what this program is built around. Let's have control over our business. So SOPs are so incredibly important, but a lot of people don't even know where to start, what tools they can use to actually create better SOPs in their business, how to store them, how to actually organize them so that, if they hire a team member or when they're ready to, really get some help, there's a central location where they can go find them. So I go through all of that. Additionally, it leads right into hiring a team member. Okay. I think it's so incredibly important as well when people start their business to keep in mind that they should have an understanding of all the things, but they shouldn't have to do all the things, right? Whenever you really get going in your business, you're going to get to a point where you're going to need some help. Okay. Because your time is very, very valuable. So this entire course builds up to that, right? We want to make sure that you understand all the basics, all the little things, right, that can be put in place into your business. And then once you have a good understanding, it's time to now, right, create all those procedures and think about those things that you do each day or need to do each day that need to get done, and how you can outsource that. And so I go through how to hire a team member, my recommendations. I even included a welcome onboarding process for your team. I talk through, in fact, I even use the form myself all the time. I have a little workbook where you can go through and there's tons of activities, different tasks that you can assign to an admin that some people just haven't even thought of, but it's all broken out by category, based on the different things that you need in your business. So anyway, so I talk about all of that. And guys, this is all through experience. This isn't just like oh, this seems like a really good idea. No, I give you information that you're not going to find anywhere else because I have had to go through it. The amount of team members that I have hired and fired and managed and, dealt with and had to really, I mean, I've got wonderful stories, but I've also got some horror stories, of working with people from all over. So again, I just wanted to make sure to share all this with you guys because I really, really, in all honesty, I wish I had a program like this. And the other thing that I want to be very transparent to you guys about is for everyone that I have partnered with, high level coaches, different people that I've worked with, the general consensus is, oh my goodness, it is amazing that you took the time to build this out because most coaches and most people are not marketing right to newer entrepreneurs, to those entrepreneurs who are in that stage where they're really building out the foundations. And why? Because there's not a lot of money there.
Well,
Okay, so
we love working with those people because everything that we've created, uh, all of our offerings, the LinkedIn Growth Hub, BYOB Social, Expert Foundations, Expert Authority, these things were created to help those people that were in the same situation that we were 4, 5, 6 years ago. And it is sad that there's so many people out there, there's so many coaches and there's so many marketers that don't want to work with those people because everyone needs help. You can't expect to just attract all the people that are already making 6 figures and above into your program. Like there are some things that there are people that need to be out there, like myself and Nancy, wanting to support the people that are looking to start something, looking to grow something, looking to scale something. And it all starts with the foundations of your business. And that's exactly why Nancy put so much time, effort, and energy into this course. I mean, it took her 1.5 years, no lie. I mean, it was a beast to build out.
well, and
But
it's ever evolving, I mean, that's the coolest thing is, I'm always staying up to date, on the latest trends and, softwares and tech. And thank God that's something that I'm so passionate about. But, I like to stay on top of all of that. So, you guys are getting the latest and the greatest and the best information. But just, I wanted to share with you guys, like there's been a couple testimonials from some of our clients who have gone through it. So, one is Nancy and Scott put so much value in this program. It's amazing. They not only introduce ideas I've never even considered, they showed me how to create and implement what they were teaching. Each step is laid out in common sense formats with videos to walk you through each step. And that's just one. In fact, I got on the phone with that particular member who had gone through it, and he actually works in health insurance, and he just said nothing but great things. And he said one thing that he really appreciated again was the fact that all the software programs, all the things that I recommend are mostly free, right? So there's no additional money that needs to be spent. There's nothing, that we're trying to do behind the scenes. Maybe I peppered a couple affiliate links here and there, which I know, if that's the case, but I will tell you, my goal was how can we get this built for people without spending a ton of money? Because again, part of that small and mighty and that feel good business model is is making more money, right? That's high margin, low overhead, so that we're not, sending money out the door and we're bringing more in for us. Another testimonial just wanted to share, Expert Foundations made me feel so much better in control of my business. There's so many tasks for businesses at every stage. This program helped me to understand how to build a great foundation early in my startup with tools to carry into the next stage too. Nancy and Scott thought of every practical business tool to cover while also offering philosophical, psychological, and leadership tidbits for business success. I highly recommend this program for anyone who feels they need to get a grip on building a successful foundation for their business.
now the
So,
other thing that I want to let you guys know is that people have, no lie, this is not to put pressure on anyone, but there are people that have finished this program in a couple of weeks where they've just like dove in headfirst. It's paced out where it should take you about, get Nance,
Yeah, well, I was going to say, so originally, whenever I set out, so the first time that we opened this program to our founding members, it wasn't finished. Each month, I was actually dripping out the content as I created it. So, that first month that we really focused on putting your project management, in place, everything, I was building, each one out. And so they had to wait. Okay, month one went by. Okay, now we can unlock. And there were people, the feedback I got was, we want more right now, keep it going. So now the way that we release it is as soon as you complete each training, it unlocks the next, right? So you guys don't have to wait. And the other really cool thing is I built this out so that you can almost complete it in under 48 hours. Okay. Obviously, if you watched it straight, but you can choose to maybe devote a couple hours each week and you can complete some of the modules and you can implement. Remember, I made this so simple that you could plug and play templates. So for example, if you don't have a client onboarding form yet, I gave you one. If you don't have, maybe a privacy policy, I gave you one, right? You don't have an email sequence, I gave you one, right? So it's all in there that you can plug into your business. So I did make it flexible where if you want to hit the ground running and you want to get through this course and you really want to tackle those most immediate things on that assessment that you answered no, you can do that. Okay. So that's also the really awesome thing about it is yes, it's a course, it's self-paced, but you can really hit the ground running and you can move, pretty quickly. The other thing too is this round, and actually the last time we opened it up, we offered this as well, which is a huge success, was you get 8 weeks of Voxer support with me. Okay. So every single week, let's say as you're completing the training, you've got a couple quick questions. You can Vox me. Hey, how's it going? I have a question about this. What do you think about this? Or here's my whatever. I'm here for you. So you have 8 weeks, okay, as you hit the ground running, as you start going, in this program where we offer that additional support and so much more.
The two other big things is everyone, when you complete it, you get a digital certificate of completion. But the newest bonus that we added to this, and this is for all the new people, anyone that completes their foundations program in the 6 months that it's typically paced out for, we're doing something very special for those individuals. Those that finish in the 6 months and get their digital certificate of completion, we're giving you an additional 6 months of access to go back through it whenever you want for absolutely free. So you end up paying for 6 months and getting 6 months free if you complete it. And it's very easy to do so. We gamified it. So if you're interested, again, the doors are open. They close this Sunday. And again, we've moved from opening the doors to twice a year to only one time per year. So the next time that we're opening this is not going to be for a year. And we don't want you to have to wait to get the foundations of your business organized. So jump on in. The link to do so is in the description of this episode. So we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Love and gratitude. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much again for checking out today's episode. And if you are listening through iTunes, Spotify, wherever you are, please leave me a rating and review. Let me know what you loved, what you would like to see improved, or ideas you have for future episodes. And if you are interested in taking your business to the next level, don't hesitate to go to my website, www.scottaaron.net, where you can schedule a free discovery call with me, where I can learn more about you, your business, what you're struggling with, and how we can work together. And don't forget to check out my wife, Nancy, and mine, our free community on Facebook called LinkedIn Leads for Life. We would love to see you in there. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you, everyone, for your support. Grateful for each and every one of you.